You know what? I would rather be a colossal failure who did something than continue to be in non-action and not see what could happen for me. Hello, welcome to my channel. I am Tony the Creatrix, a 30-something woman who is reclaiming her power and creative energy. I'm hearing from Spirit that it's time to get out of your comfort zone. Yes, it is time to get out of your comfort zone. I love comfort. I love ease. But you know within yourself when you are in stagnation within your comfort zone. What that looks like is you are doing the same things the same way every day. You have plateaued. Your energy is not really flowing. You're not excited. That's the biggest tell that you are kind of looping around your comfort zone. You're not excited about life. I know it can be really, really challenging to believe this, but I am being shown that we are divine human beings and we are meant to be very lit up in our day-to-day lives. The way the matrix has been set up, that has been very challenging to actually embody that and experience that, but we are in a shift. And I'm sure it's something you feel. You feel that things are shifting and changing and that what used to weigh people down is being removed. And that can feel really, really difficult. But it's so important. It's so important for us to align ourselves with the opportunity to expand and grow, because that's what keeps you lit from within. When you see someone who is glowing naturally, they are most likely in alignment in some way with their soul and what their soul came here to do. Instead of just being like, well, that's good for you, must be nice. May God protect you from my envy or my jealousy. All these little comments we make as a joke. You know, it's time to take ourselves seriously. Like, how can I get at least closer to what I want in my life? And we are bombarded time and time again with examples of people who left their comfort zone and have been successful. And it feels very far from you. It feels very removed. It feels very much impossible. It feels impossible because your mind is trying to keep you in a specific frequency. Your mind is not really on board with the bigger shift of your soul, at least not initially. So your comfort zone can become draining, extremely repetitive. And this can be in your career. This can be in your relationships. This can be in your daily life. It can be with your physical fitness. It could be with your spiritual journey. Whatever it is, you know innately what it is for you. And people talk about comfort zones all the time. Yeah, leave your comfort zone, but they don't talk about the journey. I would say there is a few stages. If you think about these circles, these zones, and I will put right here one of my dear teachers who has illustrated this beautifully. You have the innermost circle, which is your comfort zone. It's the smallest. It is kind of the box we have placed ourselves in and continue to loop around. On the furthest out circle, you have danger zone. These are the things that terrify you. This is like going from 0 to 100, like full on panic, freeze mode. You're in shock. You're not going to actually create from that zone. But then there is that middle zone where you are able to stretch. You are able to do something different without shutting down. But to get from your comfort zone to that stretch zone, just like working out, there's going to be resistance. It's not going to be this smooth ass transition. I truly wish it were like that. Your mind might say, oh, because there's some resistance here and some friction here, it means it's not aligned. Because I'm here for ease. That's no, girl. No. Very creative. That's a very creative thought from the ego. It's going to be uncomfortable. But here's how you know it's worth going for anyway. It's constantly calling you forward. For example, I kept getting these signals that I should start making videos. And I'm someone who grew up a little bit shy because trauma. I was born very vivacious and fiery, but I immigrated to the US when I was only 4 years old. And that's when the shrinking started. That's when the shrinking and the hiding and the self protection energy started to come in and protect me. But right into my 30s, after my Saturn return, everywhere I looked, I was getting these signals like, you should post, you should share, you should make videos. Like it would be uncanny. I could be in another country. For example, I was in the UK years ago. I went to get something from their version of CVS. And when I come out of that store, there's a whole camera crew set up doing an interview randomly in the most random corner of London somewhere. And things like that kept happening. I kept running into celebrities from whatever TV show I had just been watching. It kept happening. And I, at that point, was already on my spiritual path. And I knew these things were not random. These were signs and signals. And then it got more intense and more intense, and it kept feeling more and more personal, like from my own inner compass, my own guidance system. Like, open the camera, record yourself. You don't have to post it, just record yourself. Do it, do it, do it. And so that was a soul calling coming forward. And it took a lot of time. But how I know it was important is that it never stopped. It never went away, as annoying as it was. And so if you have a similar soul calling, something that continues to come up again and again and again, either in the external world as a signal for you or just within yourself, you dream about it, you see other people doing something similar and you keep ruminating about it. Yeah, that's your soul and your heart asking you to take action. But the comfort zone tends to be in non-action, where you're not actually doing anything different. You might be thinking about it, dreaming about it, even mood boarding. I love a mood board, don't get me wrong, but that's still within the zone of who you already are. But you're taking a step, you're clarifying your vision, you are signaling even to the universe that you are ready to take action, but that is not the action in and of itself. So let's go back to this Tony, get your ass on camera calling. It did not happen overnight because I had to move through layers and layers and layers of resistance from my ego. And initially it felt like, oh, I can't do this. Like, this is way too intense. I feel attacked because I was more so in that terror zone. But I did take small steps. I would record myself on my camera just talking, and I wouldn't post it. That would serve me for maybe a couple months. And then I got on TikTok on a whim after being really fed up with just hearing the rumination that I should make videos. I should make videos. I should make videos. I was unemployed at the time, and I would go on these really long walks. And on one of those long walks where I was just tired of my own thoughts about doing something, I just started recording myself on that walk. And I did post it after having had a TikTok for years prior, just, lurking. So in that example, it's not pretty. There's no 10-step program or process. I literally got tired of my own shit. I got tired of not taking action. And I said, you know what? I would rather be a colossal failure who did something than continue to be in non-action and not see what could happen for me. And I'm still very early in this process. I just started this channel not very long ago, and I'm just starting to really nurture it and prioritize it. I got a meeting in 40 minutes, but I'm moving through that resistance. I don't want to allow the doubts and the fears and the anxieties to close me off from self-expression, because my soul has already signaled to me time and time again that it's very important for my growth. And so I want you to think about, what is that soul calling that won't stop calling? And where have you been letting resistance stop you from taking aligned action? even small actions are getting you into that stretch zone. And that stretch zone is where things start to shift and change, and you start to build new structures, new habits, a new identity, a new self, a new nervous system who is able to expand and hold the life that you have envisioned and you see other people living. My ask is that you join me in this journey of moving into that stretch zone, moving through resistance, which can feel like a knockdown, drag out fight with your own smaller self. It can feel like that, but we are more powerful than our doubts and our fears and our anxieties, especially when you see it as simply that. Source, our souls, our ancestors, at least most of them, the ones that are well and working with the light, want us to expand. They want us to be able to move through this earthly resistance that comes from trauma and drama and past life memories, all that density. It doesn't come from nowhere. You're not crazy. Resistance is not a personal failure. Just because you are battling a lot of dark thoughts, challenging emotions, anxieties, not being able to see how it's all going to work out, it's so far beyond you at a personal level. There are systems in place. There are extreme energies working towards keeping humanity at a specific frequency where we're not growing and we're not expanding. By challenging that resistance, by challenging that density that is trying to keep you in a box, in a silo, along with your own ego, you are doing your soul work and your soul mission. So it is worth it, and you will receive support along the way, but you have to cross the threshold. And you cross that threshold through action. And through repeated action, you signal, I am ready. And that resistance will fade as you develop neural pathways and the frequency of someone who takes action. Let's answer the call. Let's move through the resistance the best way we know how. Rest in between, but get back up and keep taking aligned action again and again and again. And the energies will shift. It will get easier and easier. That's where the ease and the softness will reintegrate, but we have to cross that threshold. Shout out to all of my creatrixes out there, the women and those who identify, who are creating, who are building, who are manifesting in the natural ways, in the original templates. I see you, I honor you, and I thank you for being here. And the world is shifting. It's our time now. We're up, okay? I'm so excited about it. It's all going to be worth it. I know a lot of us have been so tired and discouraged, but all of creation is on our side. We won't fail. We will not fail. Thank you for watching. I love you, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.